It is She, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I hope that you would stay and subscribe. It is October, and for the month of October we are doing Halloween looks every week, with each week having its own special theme. This week's theme is Mythical Creatures, and I knew I definitely want to do a mermaid look for this week, but I wanted to put a little spin on it. So she is a dead captured mermaid, so went ahead and put a bullet in the brain and threw on a little net, honey, and I'm living for it. She is gorgeous. She is fabulous. She is dead. She is captured. If you have not checked out any of my other videos, first week was Red-Headed Vixens. Second week was Creepy Clowns. I'll make sure that I have some of those listed below for you to go ahead and check out. And without further ado, let's get into this dead captured mermaid look. Alright, let's get right into it. Starting out with my Woochie Prosthetics body hits. It comes with 3 flower looking body shots, and I am taking my spirit gum and placing that right on my forehead after I cut that apart, and then placing the shot right in the middle of my head. And then I am taking my Mehron liquid latex just to blend that in. You don't want like a big flower in the middle of your forehead. You want it to look like an actual bullet hole. So you just want to take your liquid latex and go around the edges of that to blend that into your skin so that there are no seams. And you just want to make sure that you spread that as evenly as possible so that it dry as soon as possible. So while that is drying, I am going in and I am filling in my brows with this purple gel liner that I found at my local beauty supply store. Any purple liner will do. And then I am going over that with a purple eyeshadow. I'm using the shade Makita from the Juvia's Place Masquerade mini palette. Then you just want to go in and clean up the brow and go ahead and apply the foundation of your choice. Just try to make sure that it is as even as possible. And then here I'm going in, and then I am trying to cover up that prosthetic. I would suggest going in with a color corrector, especially if you're my tone or darker, because it is pretty much like white skin. So here it is. I'm trying to cover it as much as possible. You can still see the white peeking through a little bit. A color corrector would definitely fix that, but I didn't mind because I knew I would be going over it with the scales and the eyeshadow anyway. And then I'm just taking highlighter, highlighting my face and setting that in place. Now you want to take a pair of fishnets, put that over your head, and you're going to look mad crazy for a while. And then I'm taking that Masquerade palette, and then first I am dipping in the shade Dahlia, which is a very pretty jewel tone blue. And I'm just going over right up against my hairline from ear to ear with that shade with a large brush. Then I moved over to a smaller, more detailed brush to really pack on that color because I wasn't getting the color payoff I wanted with the larger brush. Now I am dipping into the shade Zola, which is a very pretty aqua. These are all shimmer shades, so it's perfect for the iridescent mermaid that I'm going for. And then right on top of that, I am dipping back into Makita that I used to set my brows with, and then I am continuing that down. And if you'll notice, I am going in sort of like a triangular shape. I want to do like a forehead crown was the shape that I was going for, so it's going to come down into a point, and you just want to continue this down. And again, you want to lay each color on top of the previous color so that it blends seamlessly and not such a harsh transition. And now I am taking this shade Bori, which is a beautiful pink with gold reflex in it, and then I am just taking that right in between the brows and right along where I laid that purple. And this is going to be the final color that we use for the forehead scales. Now, pulling that stocking down even further, you want to go ahead and contour out your cheekbones, and I wanted to make this scales as well. So just using those same shades that we used earlier, starting with Dahlia, then going in with Zola, and then topping it off with Makita. I am not using the pink on my cheeks. I just wanted to keep that on the forehead, and then you just want to create those scales right along where you would typically highlight, contour, and put your blush. Now taking that off, it should look a little something like this. And then I am taking my Fenty Beauty highlighter in Hustler Baby, and I am just highlighting the highest point of my cheekbones. And then onto the eyes, I am starting out with that shade Bori that we used on the forehead scales, and I am popping that into the crease, into the transition area, and then really bringing that into the inner corner, doing sort of like a halo eye, but also bringing it down on the nose just a little bit, just to contour out my nose some with this pink shade. And then I am dipping into the shade Zobo, which is, I think I'm saying that right, which is a deep magenta shade, and just deepening up the inner and the outer corners. And then I am taking the shade Giza, which is a beautiful shimmer highlight shade, and I'm popping that right in the center. It was a little light, so then I later went over top of that with Daya just to darken it up a little bit. Taking Molly on the lower lash line, and then that same purple that we use for our brows, taking that into the waterline. And that's going to be pretty much it for the eyes right now. And then I'm just taking that same shade Giza and highlighting my nose and my cupid's bow in my inner corner. For the lips, I am taking NYX Cosmic Metals Lip Cream in the shade Electromagnetic, which is a beautiful metallic aqua green color, which is perfect for any mermaid look. And I'm taking that and I'm putting that on the outside of my lips. And then for the center, I took Covergirl's Lip Lava Lip Gloss in the shade Lavender, not lavender, like Lava-nder. Kind of cute, kind of cheeky. And then I am just going on to the scales that's on my collarbones, taking that same fishnet stockings, and again those same colors that we use for the forehead and for the cheekbones, and you just want to continue that on and do the scales right there on the collarbone. And then I am taking that purple shade up my neck just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a connection to my face, so it's just not face and then the collarbones. Now, to make the prosthetic look a little more realistic, I am taking a black gel liner. This is my e.l.f. gel liner, and I'm going right into the center of the bullet hole where it will be the darkest. And then I'm taking my Mehron blood splatter, putting a little bit of that in the top, and then I'm going right over where it is raised to make it look a little wet, like it's a fresh bullet hole. And I'm also going on the inside of that as well to make that a little wet, and taking that and just splattering it around a little bit around the bullet hole. And then you want to take it and just spray it right onto your face, and it sprays out randomly, which is perfect for this look. And then you just want to take a little bit of that, drip it down the center just to give it again that fresh shot to the head look. And that is the finish. So that is it, dolls. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed creating it. I hope that you will go ahead and slay and put your own little twist on your mermaid. Before you leave, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you dolls in my next video.